only one seat left in the PVL Open Conference Finals. For both teams, everything they've worked for, the sacrifices, the fatigue just to get back to volleyball comes down to one game. TIGGO showed how much they were feared heading into the semifinals, but they didn't let Game 1 define their conference. Instead, they picked themselves up, roaring into a Game 2 win. CHOCO MUCHO might have fallen once, but we can't forget the championship spirit that each flying Titan possesses. They've shown how they can bounce back and get better after losses. Now we're down to Game 3. Creamline is waiting for their opponent in the finals. Let's see who steps up. CHOCO MUCHO and TIGGO are all in. Let's find out here in PVL on One Sports.
Soltones, full swing, picture perfect execution. Hyla Pablo will try. That is off the hand.
Adi Bandayag unleashing power on that. Nicely done.
From behind. Pounds the pavement. Perfect example. Run and the gun. The reverse, and it is dipped in with a heater. Puts it away.
Mabaw, yes. Clean cross-court hit from Eliza Valdez. Cool smashers cannot be denied.
Out of 10 teams, we are down to the last 3. One is waiting in the wings in the finals, and the other 2 are locked in a winner-take-all match today for the right to meet Creamline in the finals and to get one step closer of the distinction of becoming the very first champion of the first and only professional volleyball league in the country. This is the Premier Volleyball League, and this is the live and exclusive coverage. It continues on One Sports and One Sports Plus. Coach Aaron Velez and Coach O locking horns in a winner-take-all match today. And guess what? It is officially match number 50, even at 5-0 on day 23. One more time for the number 3 team, TIGGO Crossovers, and the number 2 team, CHOCO MUCHO Flying Titans. And this one's for the right to go to the championship series. Magandang hapon, Pilipinas. Ako po si Boom Gonzalez, kasama si Mosey Ravenna. And Mosey, here we go. One more game for these two teams. They have met by today 4 straight times. I'm sure they know each other very well. They've scouted each other and played each other. Amoy na nila ang isa't isa. And it will all boil down to today.
Well, it has boiled down to this, you know, and winner take all today for these 2 squads. But last time out, you know, the 2 important games, Game 1 and Game 2, look exactly the same, but only this time in the game number 2, TIGGO thoroughly outserved CHOCO MUCHO. TIGGO blew the first set wide open, 8-0 on that first set, and then it gave them the 18-9 lead. And then after that, Dindin Santiago and several attack errors from CHOCO MUCHO.
Sa dulo.
Oo, and miscues. That's why TIGGO was able to get that first set. On the second frame, TIGGO again blasted CHOCO MUCHO with the 14-6 start. But CHOCO MUCHO tried their adjustments, and in the end, they had that 20, nagkaroon muna ng 10-1 run ng CHOCO MUCHO. That's why they got the lead, 16-15.
Saglit, going into the second technical timeout.
Right. But they did play by Jaja Santiago, took that second set once again. But on the third set, comeback sana again from CHOCO MUCHO, nibbling on that 16-11 score. Pero again, yung sisters just took over and again with Dindin Santiago and her attacks, Tapos in the end, it was Jaja Santiago who took over and finished that third set.
Let's talk about the Choco Mucho Flying Titans right now. You said it was the same game. Nagkabaligtaran lang. What Choco Mucho did to Cherry Tigo in game number 1, Cherry Tigo did to Choco Mucho in game number 2. It's the same in terms of production. Game 1, only one player in double figures for Cherry Tigo. In game 2, only one player in double figures for Choco Mucho, and that is Cat Tolentino.
That's right. You know how consistent Cat is in this conference. And in this game, Cat Tolentino had 14 points. It's good and bad news that after Cat Tolentino, the highest scorer is Caitlin Viray. I say good news because
Off
there's
the bench.
somebody off the bench that
Right.
can score. Bad news because she came in the second set already and she had 5 points. Pero Choco Mucho, like Cherry Tigo, can ill afford stretches of bad receptions. Again, they have to get their middles involved in this match.
Only 5 points from Gaston, 2 points from Arocha, and 7 points from Madayag on 2 attacks lamang. Yung 2 of the points from the 7 on attack. So kulang na kulang sa suporta itong girl on your screens, Cat Tolentino. So it will be interesting to find out what she has to say prior to game number 3.
It was a tough loss yesterday. Actually, as a team, we reviewed Cherry Tigo, and the only way we can learn from that is by observing and just changing and adjusting to what we need to do. I mean, for me, regardless, even if we've been playing for 4 days, this game is a do or die game. So this is it. This is all we have left. This is where we're gonna give everything we have. We can't look forward to the next game. We have to just focus on now, because if we don't win this, then there's no next game. So we're definitely going to give it all we have.
That's right. No tomorrow for both teams. No tomorrow for her if they lose. No tomorrow for Jaja if they lose also. And that's the reason why I think Jaja realized that towards the end of game number 2. Dindin has been spectacular in game number 1 and game number 2. But Jaja was the one who came out clutch in game number 3 when Choco Mucho was looking to extend that series yesterday in set number 3, Mosey.
Well, definitely, this is not the most points that Jaja gave us in this conference, but yung show of emotions during this match, we really saw that in Jaja, and definitely the most clutch Jaja has ever been so far.
Yeah.
And aside from Jaja, Dindin, as you mentioned, also continued the Cherries out of the system offense. While yung siguro may konting lack of floor defense, but she totally made it up with her 19 points also. But the key adjustments dito sa Cherry Tigo, yung sa kanilang floor defense.
Yeah, a lot better.
Yes. Why? Because they let si Buding Doremdes and Shaya Adodor get the receives, which cost them also, siguro partly, the game 1.
Right.
So, ang laki talaga ng nagawa nun for Cherry Tigo.
Yeah, Dindin Santiago started it all. Jaja Santiago finished it. And let's hear what Jaja has to say going into game number 3.
Game 3 to, so kailangan, pagising pa lang ng umaga, kailangan yung focus, presence of mind, and ibubuhos namin lahat ng lakas namin, lahat ng natutunan namin in the past games namin. Sa lahat naman ng team, hindi maiiwasan yung pagod, nandyan na yon. Depende na lang sa'yo kung paano mo yun iti-take, positive or negative to yourself na dadamdamin mo or gagawin mong motivation para sa mga susunod na games mo. Kung iduduplicate man namin, yun yung eagerness namin na manalo, every point, every set, every game na gagawin namin.
My apologies. It was Mylene Pat who was interviewed. One of the 2 players, I believe, who bounced back in that matchup. Buding and Pat with 10 points on 9 kills and 18 digs. Yun ang importante para kay Mylene Pat. Okay, let's talk about the setters, Mosey.
Yeah, both Dina Wong and Jasmine Nabor. Well, if you see them, both playmakers will be crucial in this game 3. Both of them have similar physical tools, tall setters, diba? And also scorers at that. But Dina Wong was the second best setter in the elimination round, while si Jasmine kasi missed 2 games.
Right.
So both will need to be creative today, and that they have to make their spikers happy.
26 excellent sets for the former NU standout, and Dina Wong with 18. Kulang na kulang yan dahil nga nahirapan sila sa kanilang reception and digging. All right, let's go down to the PCV Social, Civic, and Cultural Center in Ilocos Norte for game number 3.
And now our national referees for Game 3. First referee, Erlindo Eusebio. Second referee, Joy de Imus. And now the starters first for the Cherry TIGGO crossovers. Middle blocker from the National University, number 3, team captain, Jaja Santiago. Center also from NU, number 4, Chesvin Amor. Opposite hitter from Anderson University, number 7, Miley Pat. Middle blocker from the University of Santo Tomas, number 10, Micah Ortiz. Outside spiker from the University of the East, number 11, Shaya Adorador. Outside spiker from NU, number 16, Dinding Santiago Manaba. And the starting libero from the Far Eastern University, number 23, Buding Durandez. And coach for Cherry TIGGO is Aaron Velez. And now the starters for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. The starters from the Ateneo de Manila University, center number 3, Dina Wong. Middle blocker number 17, captain Maggie Matayag. Outside spiker number 9, Pauline Gaston. Opposite hitter number 10, Cat Tolentino. Middle blocker number 14, Bea de Leon. Outside spiker from Manila University, Luigi Carocha.
So Creamline will be the most interested spectator today of all the thousands who will be watching this broadcast, whether online or on TV, as you look at the starting 7 of the Cherry TIGGO crossovers. And of course, Buding Durandez para naman sa Creamline. Sorry, Choco Mucho Flying Titans. No changes here, as Revilla will be the libero, starting libero for Choco Mucho Flying Titans. So Creamline eliminated Petrogas yesterday, so they will get 1 day not only to rest, but to scout this game number 3.
Let's see how this pans out. You know, spoke to Jaja. I asked her what happened in the first game. She said no pass, no communication, no floor. So it translated to no attack. So, and I asked her again, what happened in the second game? She said everything turned around and they were mindful of those mistakes.
Yeah.
So they corrected everything. And they also exploited the defense, no? Yung poor defense ng
Yeah.
Choco Mucho.
Kung ano yung sagot niya about game number 1, I'm sure pag tinanong mo any of the Choco Mucho Flying Titan players about game number 2, yan din ang sasagutin nila because it's exactly the same. They were outserved, they were outblocked, out-received. Kumbaga yung expression, Mosey, is the shoe was on the other foot, you know, for game number 1 or game number 2. And so far, in the 4 games that they've played, or sorry, the 3 games that they've played, this is the 4th, wala bang lumalampas na 3 sets dito? Lahat 3 sets, even the no-bearing game as first point for Cherry TIGGO, courtesy of Miley Pad, who had 10 points, responding well in game number 2.
This is what they need. I mean, both clubs play well when their scores are spread out with all the attackers. So you need, on the side of Cherry TIGGO, Mylene Pad to give out her numbers. She played well in that second game.
The ball will bump it. And again, that's Shaya Adorador, who also contributed very well and has been, especially from the service area, as Shaya Adorador. You have, 3 players actually from Cherry TIGGO who are the top 3 in terms of serving of all the players remaining in the semifinals as Bea De Leon pushes it to the other side. 2-2.
So this time, Bea with the push. And remember that last game, I think the Choco Mucho's middles were inactive or kulang, no? And I was talking to Bea and she actually told me na yun din yung feeling niya. So in this game, she will go all out and I'm sure Dina and Bea talked about it. So let's see what will happen in this game. But obviously, the passes should be better.
She had, as Neil Flores pointed out yesterday, very good attack si PVL. Yung porsyento niya kahapon, napakataas sa gitna. Ang problema, Mosey, kulang. Hindi masyado nabigyan, pero konti lang binigay. And she converted on it. Jaja Santiago with her first point. Going into this game number 3. Now 164 total points for Jaja Santiago. That is the third best in the league.
Now they have a point from this ace. Malipa. Again, both teams are preparing first. They prepared for this service line as the first line of attack. And pareho sila, no? They said blocking also was their focus.
Well, speaking of blocking, Choco Mucho outblocked Cherry TIGGO 8-4 in the first matchup. Game number 1, rather, not the first matchup, but game number 1. And then in game number 2, sila naman ang na-outblock 8-5. So talagang baliktad na baliktad. Pati yung numero halos pareho, Mosey.
Yan, Cherry TIGGO forcing the defenders of Choco Mucho to commit mistakes.
4-point lead, the biggest of the match so far. First timeout right away. Coach O, as his team is down by 4. Looking at Eugene Arrocha, only with 2 points in that game number 2.
Well, as you can see, Cherry TIGGO is distributing the ball better, kaya ang hirap bantayan. Plus, they're forcing Choco Mucho to commit those mistakes, especially on the first ball. Just like that.
Kagulo. So a free ball for the red shirts. And why not go to Jaja Santiago and maximize her being in front. 7-2 is the score.
And that's the height that Jaja likes. Sometimes along the game, you can see na hindi pare-pareho, no, yung height na nagbibigay ni the board. But Jaja will make ways, but it's always better to give her yung height that she is most efficient.
Yun yung nangyari sa dulo ng set 3 eh. May mga palo na off yung set, pero ginawa na lang niya ng paraan. 4 points in that set 3 over 13. 3 of the last points, including an ace from Jaja Santiago to finish off Choco Mucho. 3 serving 7. Chance ball. Maddie. Balik kay Jaja. And this is now a 5-point lead again at 8-3. Technical timeout, Cherry ahead.
For the crossovers, may pinapabaon si Coach A ngayong set, which are two things: mental toughness and confidence. And I quote, "Girls, alam niyo na kung paano maglaro, kaya now it all comes down to consistency. Alam niyo na kung paano lumaban, kaya we just have to stay in the game." On the other hand, Mylene Paat said na kung may uulitin sila sa Game 2, ito yung kanilang sense of urgency para manalo. Kaya titingnan natin kung maulit ba yung Game 2 or lalaban yung Flying Titans.
Maraming salamat, Aitin Sai. You know, if you're a Cherry Tigo fan, you have to love how Mylene Paat showed that comebacking spirit in game number 2. Dahil binakbakan siya ng binakbakan nung game number 1, pero nung game number 2, she took the challenge, Mosey, and responded so well. 18 digs, and even on offense, she was at 41% in her success rate in her attacks.
Ganun naman talaga, that's how it should be. And speaking of, sabi ni Ai, yung mental toughness that Coach O was saying, that's what Bea told me. Yun yung nagkulang in that second game because when yung fundamentals nila were lost, it translated parang domino effect siya. Nawala ng pass, nawala ng set, nawala ng attacks.
Which is weird, and you see this Gaston ace. Me and Neil were talking about it yesterday, that what gave them the game number 1 win was they were organized, they were efficient, they were fundamentally sound. Nung game number 2, baliktad yung nangyari, nasira talaga. They looked a little lost, they were receiving poorly, and it led to a lot of Jaja Santiago, Dindin Santiago Manapat points.
Jaja Santiago again with a quick hit.
Jaja with 18 aces in the tournament so far. At number 1, Wong in the meantime on the 1-2.
This is what we said. Both setters are actually attacking setters. Nina getting one from that dump.
Galing nung receive ni Revilla doon, which set up that dump. Broken play. Nabor stepping in. Dindin asking for it, and again, she scores 17 points in game 1, 19 in game 2.
Let's take a look at Dindin once again, and just the consistency of Dindin going down the line that time. And you can see Dindin has really improved.
Sobra.
I mean, that international experience really gave her the confidence.
14-point average for Dindin coming into game number 3. But Arocha there, she needs to step up. The wing players, other than Cap Tolentino, have to play a crucial role today para matulungan si Cap. At para malibre rin si PVL and Maddie in the middle.
Yun talaga, they really need to activate their middle, especially on the Choco Mucho side. And let them challenge also the middles of Cherry Tigo.
Dindin na naman.
Dindin Santiago again. Once again, yung variation, you can see from Dindin. A while ago, she went down the line. This time, going cross-court on that last hit.
Right now, she has 152 total points, including the last 2 here in game number 3. Unfortunately, the second best server in the league sends that to the net.
So all the players are going all out today, Boom, and talagang high risk, even from the serve.
Yun din ginawa niya nung bandang dulo ng third set yesterday. Puro loaded yung serves na medyo ang dami nilang errors from the serve. But they made up for it in attacking because that's the one department, Mosey, that in game 1 and game number 2, sila yung lamang.
Shaya Ador once again scoring for Cherry Tigo. And that's what you want to see on the side of Cherry Tigo. Everybody contributing. Nahihirapan yung depensa ng Choco Mucho. Gusto nyo babantayan. And napapagod yung blockers in the middle kasi, di ba, syempre, right, left, right, left.
That is the 5th ace of the tournament para kay Micah Ortiz. Again, the #1 serving team. A The 4 teams here in the semifinals. That's the girl in the #1 spot on your screens. 4-point lead. Cap unleashes.
Tolentino on that powerful hit.
At Tolentino averaging almost 15 points a game.
And then look at the blockers on the other side. Ngayon may konting respeto na dun sa down the line niya. Boom. Kasi dati overloading sila dun sa cross-court hit ni Kat eh. But now, pinabantayan na rin nila yung down the line niya.
Gaston sends it over. Nabor. Back set to Pat. Arocha was there. Tolentino sees a hole.
There you go, Kat Tolentino. Again, it's a delight to see variations on her attacks. But as we mentioned, she cannot do it alone, so the others should really step up also and chip in. And remind you, all the games of Choco Mucho, they're good games. Spread out yung scoring,
Opensa.
usually.
PVL unfortunately serves that into the net. She is #7 in terms of serving rather. So that's one of her specialties, but not that time. So 3-point para sa Cherry Tigo. And Mylene will do the honors from the service line. It's a good attack from Maddie. Ganda ng laban natin, 14-12. Good receive, which sets up the attack.
And it's a good position where Maddie hit that ball. Iniwasan si Jaja entirely. Kaya kahit nag-wave si Jaja, walang na-touch na ball.
Yun lang, masakit. Give another 3-point to Cherry Tigo, up by 3. Their biggest lead here was 5 in the first set.
And again, yung unforced errors also spelled out an importance in both games for the two squads.
For the two squads, you're right. Lalo na sa dulo ng mga set para sa Choco Mucho ng game #2, where lumalaban sila eh. They could have taken over pa nga eh. But right now, Cherry Tigo with a 4-point lead, and Jaja Santiago is towering over. $16-12 is where we pick things up here on One Sports and One Sports Plus. Gaston set back. Maddie again, but this one is wide. No touch, says Erlindo Eusebio. I like the activity though, that they're going to Maddie here.
Right. You really have to give confidence to your middle hitters early on. Kasi yung mga sinasabi nga natin, pamatay sunog along the way. Those are options that you must have.
I wonder how it feels to go up against the Santiago sisters and then nakaabang si Buding dun sa down the line. No? Ang hirap nung sitwasyon eh. Binalikan! This time with a touch.
And that's how you give back confidence. After that mistake, binalik ni Tina. And Tina doing a good job. Maddie getting that last point.
Remember, she had 7 points in the last game, but only 2 on attacks. That has to be better today as Gaston serving 13-17. Another broken play, but Dindin has been good for Cherry during broken plays, even going back to game number 1.
Exactly. That's actually her forte now.
Parang
Yung mga broken plays, she can really score it from those kinds of, ano ba, hindi nga mistake. Hindi na nagiging mistake, parang trash to goal.
Uma-adlib na lang, kumbaga. Balik kay Dindin. This time it's too low. So the lead, which is highest at 5, down to 4.
And you know, it's also nice book that Jaja recognizing the efficiency of her sister. Sabi niya nga sa akin, ang ganda kasi ng nilalaro ni ate. Ang ganda, obviously, ang ganda rin nilalaro ng other teammates. So, in this game, she really want to show up. You know, yung parang may conscious effort on her part to show up in this game.
41% success rate on the attack si Dindin in that game number 2. At pataas ng pataas yan with how things are going. And you love seeing her enjoy also, Mosey. She looks like she's having fun. And not just in the semifinals, from the very start of this tournament. But I mean, all these volleyball players, I'm sure, are so happy that they're all back. Uy, that touches the line and then acknowledges the mistake. And now the biggest lead of the match at 6. 20-14. Another ace courtesy of Cherry TIGGO.
Sila.
6-point lead, end of the first set. And even yesterday, the serves of Cherry TIGGO, a lot of them, not just loaded, but long. Dun sa mga parts sa end line, tina-target nila, Mosey.
But that's actually what Bea De Leon said. It was a game of inches.
Talaga. And another inch. Perfect para kay Nabor. Back-to-back aces.
You know, Coach Oliver really puts emphasis on defense. That's their ammo, especially when yung attacking is not good. He would always tell the girls
Good point.
to stick to the defense first.
That's out. 10 aces para sa Cherry TIGGO in game number 2. Tolentino from the back line. Too much power there as Ortiz could not keep that in play. Tina Wong with 7 excellent sets already. Another play out of the system. Revilla. Back set. And another spot found by Cap Tolentino, which was wide open.
That's the second hit coming from Pat at the same spot.
But being inches short on that one. Right now, two points for Choco, 1 for Cherry TIGGO after the Coach O timeout. Oof. Tintin again puts it away.
That looked easy. Again, going down the line, going cross-court, just challenging the floor of CHOCO MUCHO. And that's what judges said on the second game. When they felt that CHOCO MUCHO was struggling on their passing, they took advantage of that.
Sa gitna. But again, firing away to the left.
And that's exactly what Paan also did yesterday.
Yeah.
That conscious effort not to give it to Denden or in Not to give
Iwas.
them, even close to them then.
Lihis-lihis. At pito na. Ito na ang pinakamalaking abante, Mosey. It's a 7-point lead. Gitna. Puting will bump it. Pat will do what Kat was doing earlier. Goes back to them. Micah humingi. Pero binigay kay Shaya. Shaya swiping it for another point.
And you can see that Cherry TIGGO is just distributing the ball to almost every hitter in front.
You're right. What a wipeout there. Kim Hekeliana will come in, the do-it-all player for Coach O. Dindin at set point. Another ad-lib play. Nabor. Micah Ortiz gives him set number 1 here in game number 3 of the semifinals of the Premier Volleyball League. Nagbabalik po ang ating live and continuing coverage of the semifinal matchup between Cherry TIGGO and CHOCO MUCHO. It is the best of 3. Series is tied. And one winner will advance, one will go home. At namayani ang maaga. Etong Cherry TIGGO with a 9-point win in set number 1. Mosey.
Well, Cherry TIGGO really pushed CHOCO MUCHO on that first set to commit those errors, especially pushing them from attacks and the service from the service area. So it was really difficult for CHOCO MUCHO kasi yung mga first balls nila weren't siguro what they wanted. That's why. But Dina Wong really tried giving it to the middle. So as you can see, the attack points, just 6 more for Cherry TIGGO. Block points, mababa, no? Only 1 for CHOCO MUCHO. Pero service aces, this is what we were talking about. And forced errors, both minimized theirs.
Wow, yan, surprise yan for Cherry TIGGO to have unforced 3 lamang. They're a high turnover and high error team. But for them to get 3, and then ganyan pa yung lamang mo sa atake, kaya 9-point win, yung set. 4 aces, as Mosier mentioned, they had 10 in game number 2, so they're almost halfway there. Also, sino ba ang nanguna dyan sa set number 1, Mosey?
Well, Dindin Santiago Manabat is with 5 points already. Well, Jaja is at 6. Tolentino having 5 and Madayag with 4. Well, what you like about those scores is meron kang open hitter and meron kang middle hitter also for both squads.
Nabor reverses. And Dindin, right now, 157 total points. That's real time yan as we speak. And 7 already today.
He's just carrying the load for Cherry TIGGO. And that's why siguro very confident rin yung iba niyang teammates, especially the attackers, to just parang sige lang, just play their game and chip in a bit. Because kumbaga, we got you, sabi na Santiago sisters. But
Gaston trying to energize this group. Coming into this game, averaging 8.5 points a game. 7 aces in the tournament for this girl on your screens. Balik kay Shaya. Bumalik sa Cherry. Sinungkit ni Ortiz. That doesn't work.
that's exactly what Choco Mucho needs at this point, yung patience sa blocking.
They were outblocked in game number 2, talking about Choco Mucho, while Cherry was outblocked in game number 1. Go back to Shaya again. Humingi si Ortiz.
That's what the veteran will give you. Nakita mo siya, she really wanted that second ball.
Get the slip and slide play. And the full swing from Micah Ortiz, averaging 4 points. Coming into game number 3, overpass. Nice dig there by Nabor. Shaya will send it over. Denden will set. Cat will score.
Choco Mucho really needed that one. Again, it was Denden who set that up to Cat. So, talagang mahihirapan din sila to give it to Dina.
Pero para-paraan.
Yes.
Yan ang ginagawa ng mga magagaling na attacker.
And Cat Tolentino, even on a bad game, will give you what, 14 points?
She's been incredible this whole tournament. Shaya na naman ang inatake nila. Bat is rejected. Dindin from the back row. Jaja with the gift.
Before that, Buding with a really great save. Buding Doremdes, very high efficiency in their last game. 27 digs out of 32 attempts.
Right. She's number 3 in the league and number 4 in receiving. 3 in digging and 4 in receiving. Talking about the Ilongga. Pat, pangalawa na niya yan, a service error. Giving Choco Mucho a free point. Nabor. Oh, ganda naman ng cambio sa area ni Jaja.
And it's all about timing. Look at her in this last play. Look at the blockers on the other side. Halos pababa na when she pushed that ball.
You're 6'5", you have a high leap. Ang sarap siguro ng view mo sa taas. Ano? the view up there. To check the defense and see what you're going to do. Misreceived again. Buding. Nabor. Dindin on the open hand, off speed. They reload, talking about Choco Mucho. Nabor to the running, Jaja, binalik ang bola, it's still alive. And Maddie, Jaja will push it to the other side. Longest rally of the match. Tolentino! Check ball, says the linesman. Arlindo Eusebio says, wait for my official call. They're gonna give that point to Choco Mucho or Cherry. The point is with Choco. They jumped the gun on the So that's a touch. And it's in. And it catches the line pala, oh. And Arlindo Eusebio says, I will give you the point. The first referee. Misreceived. And saved. That's the play right there. Productive day or afternoon for Maddie.
And this is what Dina did to Maddie. Now she's very confident, even if there's the Santiago sisters were in front of her. So she challenged them and got that point.
Kate Viray, who came off the bench yesterday, came off the bench today, 6 points in game number 2. Then saw that coming. Another kill for Kat. Choco Mucho ahead by 3.
Kat Tolentino on that cross court.
Hindi na maghihintay ng technical timeout si Coach Velez. What an angle. So better start here for Choco Mucho in set number 2, Mosey.
That's right. And siguro better passing from coming from them. And again, nakatulong yung confidence na binild up ni Rina for Maddie in the first set. So it has been Kat and Maddie so far.
Viray continues to serve. Baat. Shaya flying. Overpass. And then anticipating. Rolling away. Gaston. Din. Send it over. Another chance for Choco Mucho. And somebody touched the net. It is Maddie who scraped it. Linda looking at them.
Because they gave them a warning already.
Yeah. A verbal warning na. Lead is 2. Gaston over the blockers. And an overpass ends up to a technical timeout point for Choco Mucho.
For Dina Wong of the Flying Titans, ranking number 2 as best setter. Mindset daw talaga ang kanilang pinanghahawakan upang makapasok sa finals. Kaya kahit sunod-sunod ang kanilang games, sinatrabaho daw nila ang bawat labanan. Kahit maganda ang connection niya with the spikers, kailangan daw niya mag-adjust to convert their second chance balls into points. Kaya tingnan natin kung babalik sa kanila ang momentum or mapupunta ulit sa crossovers.
Salamat, Ai. So far, it is with them, although that was a point from Cherry TIGGO.
Once again from Dindin Manaba.
Yep. PVL, again, as we talked about, and as we talked about in game number 2 also, high percentage, hindi lang madalas, pero the few times that Dina and PVL connect, ang taas.
And plus the rotation of BDL kasi wala din si Jaja Santiago.
Sarap.
So you have to capitalize on that also if you're Dina.
Dina Wong, very disappointed with that serve. The second best server in their team. She's 6th overall. Sorry, she is 2nd overall and 6th overall in spiking. Talking about Dindin Santiago, and for Dindin, that is her 18th ace of the tournament. Second best in all the superstars na naiiwan sa semifinals.
That's right. Along that line na Kat is at number 2.
Yes.
And actually, Jaja is also, si Jaja ang number 2, Kat is number 3, Dindin is number 4, Bea is number 12, Ponga is number 13, Maddie is 14, and Mylene is at 15.
You're talking about scoring.
Roll call,
Scoring,
yeah,
yes.
it's scoring. Kumbaga sa roll call, all the top scorers, the superstars are all here when it comes to scoring.
And we want to clarify something for our audience. Yung sinasabi ni Mosey na the top, these are the new rankings of the players remaining in the semifinals. So lahat ng mga superstars na nakakolekta dito sa last 4 natin.
So you can see the firepower that we can actually see between these two teams. Diba? Parang mga fireworks that can spark between these two ball clubs.
Mosey, isa na lang abante dito ng Choco Mucho after that timeout. Dindin with another loaded serve. It's back with Choco Mucho. Nalunod! Attack points on your screens.
Misky on the side of Choco Mucho.
Tumaas.
Yan ang back set kasi yun for Bea. So it was a hard connection.
Tabla na.
Kasi supposedly pag setter ka and you have a middle hitter, subo yan Ikaw ay nagsusubo din sa middle hitter mo. Ang hirap pag nakatalikod.
Service error though for Dindin to give Choco Mucho back the lead. 10-9. Gaston gets the rally started. Also miscommunication there. The lefty Virai finds an opening in zone 6.
That's right. The spark on that second game where they made their run. Virai getting that to go.
2-point lead for Choco. Set number 2, game number 3. Another broken play. And another connection between PDL and Wong.
There you go. Yung middles nila are now connecting. That's why defense naman ng Cherry TIGGO was shaken up in the second set. This run at least.
And a perfect height as the spark from the bench in game number 2. Rachel Ostero comes in for Micah Ortiz. Service ace para kay Gaston. That is her 8th of the tournament. And a timeout called by Coach Aaron.
now hindi magte-test yan ngayon. It's either Shaya, bitin, kakatsa, o tatapon. Now, yung Costero, pag pumunta dito, B. Pag nandito siya, kukuha muna ng hangin yan bago dito sa taas. Okay, hey, tingin mo muna ha. Tingin mo muna. Wait yan, luto yan. Tapos bigla pakita kay Tato. Lock mo, ha? Okay,
That's the biggest lead for Choco Mucho in set number 2. And it was tied by Cherry, but ito na naman. Bumuka na naman. A little separation here. First set went to Cherry TIGGO.
You know what Bea said about ang mas mahirap yung mental because you get instructions in less than 24 hours. And you need to execute obviously those instructions.
Bad converting on the attack from the right pin.
Beautiful set from Nabor.
Lefty against lefty pala yun. Single block. Ostera will serve. The CSB stand out. Balik na naman kay PVL. This time Dindin was there to dig. That's out. Shaya gets the point.
Kaya this time using the blockers of Choco Mucho. He's going cross court. Actually, Kat was there already. Pero yun lang, yung tamang positioning of the hand. So that ball went out.
So Ostero will serve again. Lead cut in half. Back set. The tip. Ostero will bump it to Pat. Pat away from the net. Cat will reload. What a dig. Chance ball. 2-point lead. Biray down the line.
What a nice hit coming from Biray on that. Let us see this down the line hit once again from the lefty right behind.
Beautiful.
Oh, Jasmine Nabor.
So Dina Wong went to Kat, went to BDL, and went to Kate.
This is now what Dina is doing on the other side. The first set, maganda yung distribution ni Jasmine. Everybody was hitting. Etong second set, Dina is doing the same, but build up yung kay Dina from the first set dun sa middles niya.
Meantime, pamatay sunog. Jaja Santiago is in front, so.
And this is really the biggest advantage of crossovers. They have Jaja na yung kung sa porsentuhan doon sa sinasabi mong pamatay sunog, ang taas talaga.
Pangatlong service error ni Maylene Paat today.
Those are 3 points.
And that's the lead right there. Cat serving. Right at the line. That is out. Jaja asking for a check. Nope. Fernando says nope. 16-12. And it's back to a 4-point lead. Choco Mucho ahead by 4, 16 to 12. Boom Gonzalez, Mosey Ravena. You're watching us on One Sports and One Sports Plus, or whatever platform you're checking us out, or even the ones who are watching the replays. Good day to you. Thanks for tuning in to this do or die matchup. No tomorrow and win or go home. Para dito sa Choco Mucho and Cherry Tigo, literal na go home when you lose this game. You're going out of Lawag, you go back to your families. As much as I mean, for the one who loses, kasi may battle for third pa pala, that's right. Malapit na, pero I'm sure they're trying to gut it out and you want to play for the finals for both teams. Kate will score.
Asking for a check because it was a long ball. It went out, pero Choco
Arlindo.
Mucho tried to ask for a check.
Arlindo, I think. And as Coach O agrees, Arlindo says no. Let's see that again. So hard to tell. It looks like it, and then it also doesn't look like it. It's so hard with that kind of a slow one. Oh, inconclusive, I think, would be the word to use for that one. So it's 13-17. They went back to Kate. Namor will open up. Dina chasing. Kate again. Buding digging. I knew it. Nina was going to go for 1-2, but wow, what anticipation by Shaya on the dig. Balik kay Dindin. Bongay. That one's going to sail out.
I wanted the top spin, but that was just too long.
All that for 1 point. That goes to Cherry Tigo, 14-17.
Aya still on the line.
Petrogas will have their rest today, and then tomorrow din, yung battle for third.
Oh, and Shaya Dorado gets the ace.
17th of the tournament for her.
Alam mo, that's yung bonus talaga eh, on the side of the crossovers. Players like her, diba, and Mylene.
Tatlo sila in the top 10. Jaja and Dindin, of course.
Okay, di na patience tayo ha. Tayo magsasawa. Tayo magsasawa. Okay? 18, huwag ka masyadong lumabas. Tama lang tayo. Okay, yung isa lang kanina doon. Okay, ito kung kahit doon ulit ang target niya. Target niya. Mag-outside niya kapag ka nasa mukha mo. Pero pag nasa tingin mo, pwede pa atasan niya niya. Okay, pakita. Okay, now. Bali ka ng bola. Kahit tumakot ka dito, walang problema yan.
Alam mo, Mosey, I remember telling Neil yesterday in game number 2, whoever loses the series against whoever lost in the Creamline Petrogas series, kasi hindi pa nangyayari yung game na yun, game number 2, para pa rin ng championship.
Oh, yeah.
Yung quality ng teams.
Ito, I really believe so, you know, like all these 4 teams, especially in the ones in the semifinals, they all deserve to be champions.
Right.
I mean, like any.
Tsaka kahit sino yung matchup mo sa kanila eh.
Kahit sino.
1 against 3, 2 against 1, 4 against 2, it doesn't matter. It's such quality volleyball. Oy, dalawang hitting errors para kay Kate, so that 4-point lead is down to 1, Mosey.
Well, Caitlin this time trying to go cross-court. Again, with an off-speed, but wide that time.
One was long, one was wide. Maddie and Dina and company ready to receive. Shaya delivering.
Nice.
Shaya digging. Bat from the back, that is out. Good decision by Gaston to let it fly.
But you can also see Jasmine still going to Paat, and ayaw niya mawala ng kumpiyansa si Paat with those service errors. So pinapabawi niya on attacks this time, pero yun nga, a bit long on that backward attack.
Caitlin starts the rally. Wala ka na magagawa dyan.
And this is the height, I think. Now, parang better connection with Nabor. Her sets are a bit higher now for Jaja. That's why Jaja is, it's easier for her to get those kills.
Nice cross-court run by Maddie on the slip and slide play.
Once again, Dina going back to Maddie. This has been very effective for Choco Mucho, especially in the first set. An error on the serve.
Kikita tayo dito towards the end of the second set. Giselle C will come in to serve for Jasmine Amor. Mylene Pad welcomes her officially. She was also a really good spark at the end of the second set and third set of game number 2. There was a crucial 1-2 play that she made in game number 2 that was huge for Cherry Tigo. Oh, pero yun ang masakit para sa kanila. Service error.
Pulled off the bench.
So 2-point lead for Dina Wong and the rest of the Flying Titans. C. Paat na naman.
Paat once again. This cross-court hit.
Manapat will serve. Down 1. They open up the Cat. C will bump it to the other side to Shaya. Dina. Balik kay Tolentino. And it's a point for Choco Mucho.
Kat Tolentino, probably the most reliable hitter on the side of Choco Mucho.
No question.
Yes, finally getting a point. Medyo tagal nung last point niya before this one.
Gaston serving 21-19, serving it to the net. So some nerves on both sides.
Actually fit for that, and both squads having a lot of errors on the service line. Well, that also gets to show you that they really are going for strong serves.
First point of attack. And let's see what Ostera's going to do with hers. Pinawi lang. There's a lot of service errors today. PDL back in the service line. Carry one set number 1 by 9 points. C goes back to the well. A cash cow of Cherry Tigo. Service error 7-5 for Cherry Tigo.
Even Giselle C managed to give that height, the perfect height to Jaja, and despite the 3 blockers in front of her, getting that last point.
Balik si Jasmine Nabor. Marian Puitre will serve. Nabor definitely there for blocking also and setting as her primary job. That will sail out, and we are tied. Oh no, wait, they gave a check. So they gave a check, 23-21. Two-point lead and 2 points away from set number 2 are the Flying Titans. Pat is back. Might be targeted by Kat. Buding takes it. And Jaja again trying to keep her team within this fight here in the second set. She looks so determined.
And this was really the basic game plan of Cherry TIGGO in game 2. They hit my Pat at the receive, so Buding took it. They were able to give it to the board nicely, and then Jaja took over.
Shaya will serve. Lumusot sa block. And Kate Viray gets him to set point.
This is why she's in there, you know. Look at her go, despite seeing Din Santiago even going towards her on that cross-court hit.
And Kim Hekiliano, good server too, is right there now at set point. 6th service error. She can't believe it. She's usually so reliable there. Number 1 server on deck. Down 1. Can they go for the extension here? Overpass, and they get a service ace. And for Jaja, that is her 19th of the tournament.
Jaja really forcing the defense of Choco Mucho.
And forcing an extension here.
Yeah.
Gaston, dug up by Pat. Din. We haven't heard from her in a while. They take over the lead. Ah, look at that face. The fierce determination of the Santiago sisters. Set point. But this time for the crossovers. And it's a chance ball. Oh! It's still alive. Din. Tense moments. Cat. And it's out. And Cherry TIGGO comes back in set number 2 to take a 2-sets-to-love lead. What a turn of events here in the semifinals of your PVL. catching our breath from that ending of that second set as Cherry TIGGO was down by as much as 4 points and we're down a set point already. How did they pull this off, Mosey, and now ahead 2 sets to love?
Well, with a lot of patience, you know, CHOCO MUCHO found their groove, but again, Cherry TIGGO just went back to their game, no? Same, good floor, good passing, tapos pag-end na, the Santiago sisters will take charge, and it's the same formula since yesterday's game. So, on the side naman of CHOCO MUCHO, it was a good start for them. It was a good start for them in this second set. They were finding their attackers also. That's why they have more attack points. But yun, dun lang. Dun sa unforced errors, there were just so many.
They had 4 in the first set, and now 10.
That's right. At tumaas din naman yung sa crossovers, but 10 is really something that really hurt. So yung Flying Titans,
Tapos,
yung service aces pa naman nagdag. And yung, I think a lot of that coming from service errors for both squads naman.
Right. 10 unforced errors. You know, 10 is a number that Coach O doesn't like. Again, his team thrives on discipline, efficiency, organization. They had only 17 errors in game number 2. But the good news for the CHOCO MUCHO fans is that no game is won after 2 sets. You have to win 3.
Well, so far, Santiago with 13, Manabat with 9, along with Madaig and Tolentino having the same number. So yung contributions from the other hitters like Bongay should really come into play now.
So, will the championship aspirations of the CHOCO MUCHO Flying Titans end here in set number 3, or will they manufacture a comeback? And what about Coach Aaron Velez and his insertion of Ostero here? Giselle Seed also at one point. Pinahinga muna niya si Ortiz, pinahinga niya si Pat, pinahinga niya si Nabor at some point. And it bode well for them. Mahirap yan. Tinulak pa kabila ni Maylene. That's too low.
Not enough power on that hit. And the judge was just waiting for that one. So ito, ano na to, sugal na eh. You have to be all out.
This is the 4th straight time that they're seeing each other after that no-bearing game to end the elimination round, and then game number 3 of the semifinals. Viray again.
Just like how Viray timed that hit, inintay niya eh, and then parang may delay ng konti. It was effective on that last point.
On the average, CHOCO MUCHO must be the youngest team, ano? In the semifinals. Santiago getting the score again. But the game faces of the Santiago sisters starting game number 2 has changed. Like, nung game number 2, nag-flip talaga yung switch na, you know, they just mean business.
They really took over. It showed in their game.
Actually, I have to say, since game number 1, para kay Dindin. Dahil si Dindin, game 1, matindi na yung linalaro eh.
And again, Viray scoring on a cross court. Even too much for Buding.
The lift. Cat, that's too low. She's trying to resettle herself. You know, interesting. Prior to the tournament, prior to the start of the tournament, when I talked to Kat Tolentino, and she said that she loves being with her teammates, She's used to being away from the family, obviously, and the family in Canada, so the bubble doesn't really bother her. It's when she has a bad game or when they're coming off a loss, Mosey, that she is worried because she is used to isolating herself. She likes being alone. And now you can't be alone in your bubble, diba? You have a roommate, you're always in team meetings, you're always together. So that's the interesting adjustment now that she has to do to reset herself. How does she do it when she can't isolate herself?
Well, boom, Caitlin scoring another one for Choco Mucho.
That's the third point here.
Yes, in the second game, Caitlin had 5 of her 14 attempts.
6 points in total. Another point here. That's her 4th point here in set number 3, where they need every single point to stay alive for that quest for the finals. Open. Delayed by the touch. Chance ball. Dindin again! Fires one, but Denden was there. Gaston. Bumping it to the other side.
Again, from another broken play, Dindin Santiago turning trash into gold once more. And this is just, I think, part of the success that Cherry TIGGO is having right now, because yung mga akala mo tapon na, nako-convert pa ni Dindin into points.
Chance ball again. Dindin. Bump. Gaston cross court. Gets that one and puts it away.
There you go. Ponggay Gaston on that cross court. Well, ito kailangan yung Choco Mucho, they have to direct or target, di ba na, at this point, yung mga players that they think are medyo weak on defense or weaker than the other. Kailangan may target na sila.
And who would that be in your opinion?
Well, kasi di ba on the first game, si Maylene Paat yung tinarget nila eh.
Right. Even si Buding nahirapan siya
yes,
ng game 1.
actually. So, it's something that they can go back to or at least look for, kung hindi man sila, look for another person to target.
Chance ball again. Ostero on the run. Pinalikan ulit. 6-all. Gaston with the approach. That will be in. Coach O wants to complain about a lift.
Hindi naman nag-reach yung bola sa kamay. Hindi na nun. Kung hindi na nun, pwede natin tawagan.
So Cherry takes over the lead 7-6. Lindo Eusebio, our first referee, heard them out.
Kasi Choco Mucho really thought it was a violation already. That's why they kind of stopped. Yeah.
You're right. Bat. That's a tough angle for Gaston. And the first technical timeout of set 3. Cherry TIGGO now ahead.
Scoring 9 points last game and ranking number 3 for best server, Shaya Adorador told me that for this crucial match, they're treating it like a normal game para ma-shake off ang kanilang jitters at nervyos to set their minds right into their play. And dahil daw gusto nilang i-reset ang sarili nila, hindi mawawala ang morning stretching, team meeting, prayer, and recovery. Tignan natin ang service ngayon ni Jasmine Nabor kung may ace niya ito.
8-6, another point for Nabor and the rest of Cherry TIGGO. This is a dangerous point for Choco Mucho, Mosey. There's a little bit of a momentum swing here on the side of Cherry TIGGO, and that one sails out fortunately for them.
Good read on the side of Choco Mucho, letting that fly.
Wong targets Buding. Pat will push. Cat. Dindin with a rolling ball. The dive by Denden. Gaston. Nabor. That's a setting error. She was out of position, out of her footwork.
That's right. Pero you know that normally, siguro a few years back, to encourage longer rallies, the first referee will call the less severe or yung judgment nila in yung mga faults
Sa
sets. So pag running yung setter or let's say the
Out of
player,
position.
yung quick reaction from the block, pinababayaan lang.
Tina Wong with an ace right there. And now we're tied at 9 after being down by 3. So good mini rally here. Durham praying that the ball sails out. And the determination of Wong here to get her team back from the grave. Oh, what an adjustment by Ostero in midair.
And boom, you see that they've been going to that spot probably because that spot, si Tina ang madalas kukuha niyan. So, inaalis nila dun sa setter. Yeah.
Enjoying every point, every precious and valuable point. And another service ace to give them back an 11-9 lead, and Coach O senses danger.
Again, kapag hindi naman magsiset, kailangan kong mas malayo ang atas. Bibigyan. Kagaya, wala kong yung babari lang na ginagawa. Active tayo sa ginagawa.
Just a 2-point lead, but Coach O wants to call a timeout right away just to prevent anything from getting worse. Dindin with 18 aces already across her name here in the tournament. A block, Ostero and Pad conniving, collaborating for that one. 3-point lead.
You know, Boom, Ostera's, kumbaga, her purpose has been done in this game and even in the previous match yesterday. Yung very purposeful yung substitution niya.
Pat will be the one credited for that block. This one, Valentino bounces it off the block. 3 block points para sa Cherry TIGGO in this set. Targeting the outside hand of Mylene Pat.
And you can see the effort of Kathleen Dino, also just giving it her all.
Yeah. Look at her, she's breathing so hard. Pat, unchallenged and unfazed.
Combination play from the crossovers. It's just great. It deserves a second look.
And team coach Aaron Velez. Service error. Forastero will march out for Puding. Pat getting ready to receive. Bouncing back in game number 2 with 19 digs also defensively for her. Shaya with a cross court. Pumalik kay Adorador. Nabor. Jaja naman. And it crawls out after the block. And Santiago gives him another point.
The blocking was there for Choco Mucho. It was just... Look at Jaja go. Parang yung timing lang, hindi magkasabay yung blockers. That was Kat and Maddie. So Jaja is able to get that point. And again, the floor defense of Choco Mucho just shaky at this point.
Shaya adjusts in mid-air.
Again, going for the tip, trying to give it to Dina to disrupt the play.
Oh boy,
Choco Mucho.
she sold that swing so well, Mosey. Cocked it back. And then the feathery touch in the end. 4-point lead. Another service error. Nakakarami. 10. At para kay Maylene, 5. Half of the service errors. Maylene Pat. So they give away a point. That should be 15-12 if I'm not mistaken. Or is it still 15-11? Okay. That one will drop in.
That's right. Perfect timing right there by the two blockers of Choco Mucho.
It is 15-13. So tama yung kanina. 15-12 talaga dapat yun during that Maylene Pat service error. So now 2 straight points for Choco Mucho. Mababa. So they give away 3 straight points atong Cherry TIGGO. This is not a done deal.
Oh, definitely. And you don't give Choco Mucho that window of opening. Of course, they will just take it.
Tama yung lihis ni Dindin. Mababa lang talaga. Dindin was there to save that. Kat will push it to the middle. And nobody home on the second ball.
Credit the triple block of Choco Mucho. At least trying to touch the ball of Jaja Santiago so they can make their own play.
How about that? 4 straight points for Choco Mucho battling back here. To talk about determination, they're showing that here in the third set. Dindin sa gitna. Wong opens up. Viray, it's in! And after being down by 4, Choco Mucho is first to the second technical timeout.
Jaja ang first option. Okay, again. Kung kinasalikod ka? Yes. Ito. Yes, coach. Okay, huwag kang sumugod. Kung si Jaja ka nakakala. Hindi kinukuha sa ibabaw. Okay, pag nakaharap siya dito, dito ka, dito sa ibabaw. Pag papunta dito, doon sa ibabaw. Now, Caitlyn, kailangan mo naman sumama sa kanya. Pag fight din, sama ka sa pag. Huwag mong problemahan yung drop mo, kaya din niya. Kaya din yung drop mo na yan. Huwag kang sumungkit din, hindi siya susungkit ha. Okay, pangalawa. Si Shaya, Dina, okay. Okay, huwag ka masyadong umuwas. Hindi mo kung sikat ha. Okay, now, ready ba?
We're back for more semifinal action, Game 3 action to be exact. Two teams battling for the right to meet the Creamline Cool Smashers in the finals, which start tomorrow, no, Mosey? Both battle for third. And the championship start tomorrow. How did Choco Mucho come back here with 5 straight points, make that 6 straight points after Caitlin Beray scores
Well,
her 8th point?
They were more creative, no? Caitlin leading the way, trying to look for those open spots. And laking tulong din na, lalo na Jaja is in front, yung triple block ng Choco Mucho, trying to at least deflect lang the ball to set up.
6-0 run. That is out. 7-0 run for Choco Mucho. Kate Beray has been a spark. Was the score.
Well, in the last technical timeout, Coach O reminded the girls that always, when Jaja is in front, she will always be the first option. So they have to be ready for her.
I don't blame the team that has Jaja Santiago to be the first option.
But yeah.
Right. They go back to her, but this time on the slip and slide.
And this is why. So, konting tweaking on the hit of Jaja. Went for the slide. Of course, credit Shaya also.
For drawing the...
Yes, for that first ball.
16-18. Wow, that broke a 7-0 run by Kate and the rest of Choco Mucho.
Once again, diba, with the Caitlin inside the run of our Choco Mucho, just like the second game.
2 straight points for Cherry off that mishit by Maddie. Was it the set or was it the hit, Mosey, in your opinion?
Well, I think both, because you saw how Maddie hit that ball. You know it wasn't strong. So parang half-hearted.
Sabi ko, we have to do something. Babalik tayo doon. Okay? Please, patience tayo. Nakakapresig tayo. Okay? So, tama lang yun. Now. Isip mo na. Pag nasabi ng bola, okay, dito sila tayo. Okay. Look. Sige, dito pa rin. Isip tayo. Oh, now, magpakita ka. Tumawag ka.
It's the kind of game that if you're a volleyball fan, you'd love. Because walang pattern, balikan, habulan, lamangan, and then babalik na naman yung isa.
And yung again, yung adjustment and counter-adjustments of each of the team. And they know each other so well already.
By
so
this time,
hindi na kailangan nga ng timeout eh. The players are adjusting inside.
Chance ball ang ibibigay sa Choco Mucho. It's with Cherry now. Din, sorry. That was Din blocked by Tina Wong.
And this is the patience that in that last time out, you heard Coach Oliver say again and again, patience, tiwala.
Sorry, that was Maddie who was responsible for the block, but Wong reacted like it was hers, and why not? Because the point was theirs as a team. 19 serving 17. Din again.
You know what developed with her attack is that now it's very fast. It's really fast when she hits the ball.
But the Japanese game is fast,
yes.
diba? The teams even in the UAP who had Japanese training and all that, that's what they say, that the sets and the attack, the game in general is a faster game. That's what they said. Oh, nice attack there by Gaston.
And again, Bongay targeting Jaja on that last play. We mentioned na dapat directed na yung mga attacks ni Choco Mucho and well-orchestrated, yung well-thought of boom, hindi lang yung palo ng palo.
Right.
So, usually you target someone.
Dug up by Viray. Viray will send it over for a free ball. Jasmine takes the first ball, so Buding will set up Dindin again. Oh, way underneath the ball was Gaston.
He wasn't in the best position for that one. Let's take a look at this hit.
No touch, obviously. So this, yeah, very much. 1 point lead. And it's a service ace for Nabor. Kapit lang daw. Tabla sa 20. You're watching us on One Sports and One Sports Plus. Coach O, his team is down by 2. 2 sets is what I mean, by 2 sets. Wong will send it to the other side, a chance ball for the red shirts. Pumorsyento, Sinabor.
And again, Dindin manabat. You can see from her face that she wanted that point badly. Let's take a second look from the swing. Look at her go up and drill that one in. Look at her snap the wrist.
Quick and powerful, and they take over the lead. And a rotation error. Joy de Imus, our second referee, calling one. That's a mental lapse right there, Namozi.
Right, kasi may substitution eh. Pumasok si Kim. So yun yung mahirap sometimes yung sa mga in and out, no? Yung sa subs.
Kiliana. Good attack by Gaston. She forces it through the wall.
But that's what si Pongay, we've been waiting for that. Yung mga challenges niya din sa blockers.
22 Cherry, 21 Choco Mucho. Dindin Santiago scores again.
You know what's also working for Cherry TIGGO is that I think Nabor has better sets in this game so far.
Better decisions, better sets.
And yung height niya of her sets to the Santiago sisters.
That one sails out though. So they give a free point to Choco. Crucial yun.
Choco is still in this game.
Yeah, definitely. So Viray is back, front line. Dindin so disappointed with that service error.
This is a full front line for Choco Mucho.
Gaston serving. Down 1, down 2 sets. But chance to tie here. Tolentino, yes! 23 all.
Tolentino not giving up. Just getting that off the block point once again.
Set up by Dindin.
And Kat is a good, kumbaga, it's siguro best option niya, no? In this three, especially na walang malaki dun masyado to block her.
23 all. That's Dindin Santiago Manabat, 14 points today. That's her average at 13.6. Jaja is leading them at 17. Sorry, Mosey.
Well, Kat, the first game had, in her attacks, had 9 out of 34. And the second game had 12 of 38. So you just know how much Kat gets the ball.
Yeah.
But in this match so far, parang hindi pa ganun ka, they're not going to Kat as much.
Match point, Mosey, for Cherry TIGGO, and a chance to be in the finals. Mylene Pat, and the outside hand of Kate Viray.
Nabor, even with an underhand, was able to do to give Mylene Pat that nice set.
They go to Marian Buitre for the all-important serve. Boy, what pressure at match point. Wong reverses to Kat. Nabor. Choco Mucho. Down one. Balik kay Tolentino. Dindin digs. Adorador. Tense moments here. That's it. Cherry TIGGO and Coach Aaron Velez in another 3-set win. These two teams have not gone beyond 3 sets.
But this time it's hardly fought.
Definitely.
You can see the effort from both squads.
And the sportsmanship from the coaching staff also. Mylene Pat, the Santiago sisters, and the rest of Cherry TIGGO, who at one point when lost to Ballypure and lost to Santa Lucia, some people questioned their capabilities. But here in the semifinals, down one game, they win the last 2 in 3 sets, and they march to the finals. And it is Coach Ty Bundit and the rest of the Creamline Pool Smashers waiting for them here in the Premier Volleyball League Open Conference. That is a confirmation of your scores and the win for the crossovers. We'll take a break, and we will be back to wrap this baby up. We're back here on One Sports and One Sports Plus and the aftermath of the semifinals. The semifinals are done for both pairings. Creamline Cool Smashers in the finals, and they will be joined by the Cherry TIGGO crossovers after this 25-16, 26-24, 25-23 win. And Jasmine Nabor fed all her attackers today, and she is with Ait inside.
Good afternoon. Here with me is the player of the game for Game 3. Jasmine, this is your first time in the PVL conference, but now pasok kayo sa finals bukas. Saan nyo ma-attribute yung success ninyo ngayon?
Yung game namin ngayon, sobrang pinagandaan talaga namin kasi sobrang pinangahawakan namin lahat ng mga pinaghirapan namin simula nung mag-bubble training kami. So, kinakapitan talaga namin yung isa't isa. Hindi kami papayag na wala kaming makukuha. I mean, hindi kami papayag na hanggang third or fourth lang yung ano namin. Ang goal talaga namin is in championship.
And ngayon na dahil malapit na kayo, you are one step closer to your goal. Ano yung babaunin nyo para bukas?
Lahat ng mga magaganda at pinaghirapan namin ngayong game, babaunin namin hanggang sa championship. Tapos, yung mga sinakripisyo ng bawat isa sa amin.
Yes.
Yun yung babaunin talaga namin, pinangahawakan namin.
Ayun, congratulations Jasmine ulit. At sa buong crossovers, gusto mo ba bumati sa mga mahal mo sa buhay?
Binabati ko po yung family ko, Nabor family, at yung mga taong sumusuporta po sa Cherry, at yung management po namin, si Ma'am Ada, Sir Romel, and si Sir...
Game number 1 that Ai is talking about. 26 excellent sets in game number 2. 28 today. Mosey, Nabor, your choice for player of the game as we look at some of the highlights for this Cherry TIGGO win.
Well, what's important more than the excellent sets was the adjustment of Nabor in this match, like the height of her sets, the distribution, and the decision-making, when to give it to Jaja, when to give it to Dindin, and a little bit of Mylene, and a little bit of Shaya. So, I think the timing of those distribution really worked well for them, and getting it in 3. Imagine it, that's not an easy task when you're up against a CHOCO MUCHO team who's also hungry, who are young, and who have really talented players on their side. And yun nga, no, they also have a solid defense. Yun lang, they were forced by Cherry TIGGO in this match, I think, to question their defense, especially they were targeting actually Dina, no? Yung binibigay talaga nila yung drop balls to Dina to disrupt the plays because they know yung adjustment ng Cherry TIGGO though was important because in the beginning, Maddie was really working well and si Beo was also connecting. So yun yung, I think, no, yung counter ng Cherry TIGGO on that part na to give it to Dina so they cannot run their mga quick plays.
Set 1 was won dominantly by Cherry TIGGO. Set 2 actually was controlled by CHOCO MUCHO in the end, but Cherry TIGGO behind Dindin Santiago and Jaja Santiago came back to win that set. And then set 3, Cherry was ahead by 5. CHOCO MUCHO came back to get the lead, but faltered in the end in a crucial moment against, again, the attack of the Santiago sisters, the distribution of Jasmine Nabor, and the steady digging and receiving of Pat and Adorador, at pati na rin si Ostero who came in for Micah Ortiz in this match. And another set 3 game for these two teams. These two teams don't like sets 4 or 5, ha? Talagang
bakbakan kasi bukas.
Kagad, Kagad bukas, Mosey. What are you looking at when it comes to that matchup? And by the way, tingnan lang natin ito. Itong ating mga stats, the team matchup brought to you by Ribisco. Before your thoughts on game number 1, just your final thoughts on the set 3
well, again,
numbers.
More attacks coming from the crossovers, and even sa block points, lamang ng isa. Aces, pareho lang, and then force errors, mas marami pa nga sa Cherry. But yung attacks lang talaga, and those attack points came in when needed
Yeah.
Yung mga, especially pag humahabol na yung Choco Mucho.
Right. 20 errors for Choco Mucho in total. 19 in game number 2. And they will play, of course, in the battle for bronze. If they don't get both bronze, well, they'll still battle it out for third place. We'll see what happens on that update. Choco Mucho and Petrogas will play at 2 p.m. And then at 5, Creamline Cool Smashers that took a break today and I'm sure watched this whole game together with the coaching staff to scout quickly your thoughts on that matchup.
Well, Cherry TIGGO is on a roll. Yung momentum really is on their side. Ang advantage naman, Choco Mucho, they had the rest. One day rest.
Correct.
Diba? For them. So, what will work on the game between these two clubs?
Right.
We will see tomorrow.
That's right. 5-game winning streak para dito sa Cherry TIGGO. Pero interesting din mga kapatid ang Petrogas at Choco Mucho for that battle for third. Don't be fooled. And don't, because that has finals quality also. And that will all happen here on One Sports and One Sports Plus tomorrow. Sa ngalan ni Mosey Ravenna, I'm Boom Gonzalez. Thanks for watching and we'll see you tomorrow for more of your premier volleyball league.